Hello. In today's video, we're going to be going over everything I think you need to know in the beginning of this new SoB2 season, but the improved version. We're going to be going over all of the new features, and I'm also going to have some advice in here for some other free-to-play players. So, one thing that I forgot to put into this video is that our allies have been decided, so I guess I'll go ahead and do that now. From left to right here, in the first zone, we have Eternal Dragon Family, EDS, in the Krazon zone, I guess. That's a fun word. In this zone here, we have Bigitron, BTR, and Enogad. In this zone, we have Immortal Family, IM, and Mezavin. We're here, ROG, Ronin's Guard, and Sclera. Fun names. In this zone here, we have BNR, Brothers and Sisters Family in Orion. And in this final zone here, we have Immortal Legion, IL, and Duar. The alliances go as follows. It will be EDS, IM, and ROG versus BTR, BNR, and IL. Due to the map composition, this will be a very fun fight for ROG. We're going to be 1v2 versus BNR and IL. So that's going to be a fun fight to get to Dragon Zone. And EDS and IM will be 2v1ing BTR. In my opinion, the way that this is set up is pretty crazy to have two of the strongest alliances on one side. But maybe it's set up to be kingdom power balanced or something. I'm not exactly sure. I'll quickly also show on screen here, in case you missed the spreadsheet in the last video, what these alliances look like when their power is considered together. First, let's go ahead and hop into what I think everyone's here for, which is the Conquest Achievements. These achievements are pretty hefty. First one, occupy 20 villages. You can get that. Gain 1.5 million, gain 5 million prestige. Sure, why not? You can do a behemoth raid. You can kill 500 darklings. Pretty easy to capture 100 war pets too. But how do you feel about resource healing? 10 million troops. Well, guess what? If you want one of these Yggdra Ambers, you're gonna have to. Elixir healing 5 million, that's easy. Gain 10 million merits for another Yggdra crystal? Sure, that's doable. But this resource healing 10 mil, that's going to be pretty rough. We have spent 800 minutes doing alliance buildings. We have upgrade your season talents 12 times. Both of those are going to be pretty easy. And then we have these additional rewards. If you complete 15 achievements, you get one random hero at the end of the season. If you complete 30, you get a legendary Ascension emblem. These are pretty minimal rewards, but might as well pick them up as well. If we add into the Warband tasks here, these are going to be pretty rough. So we have occupy 4 giant bears, 4 frost giants, 4 thunder rocks, 3 hydras, 2 necro giants, which gives you another Yggdra crystal, 1 magma daemon, which gives you a conqueror artifact compendium, and then there's the dragon, which gives you 2 Yggdra amber, and it also gives you an anointed artifact compendium, which is pretty cool because this means everyone in the warband gets it when you get it, so that's very nice instead of just 200 members. And then as we go ahead and scroll down here, you can see that we have complete 2 elite behemoth raids, which gives you a 10k expansion and 1 gold head, so not bad. We have gaining 100, 200, and 500 million merits with your warband. Gaining 500 million gives you another Yggdra Amber. And then with the Realm Conquest Achievements, you have 5,000 Darkling Patrols, which were pretty much already done, 2 Magma Daemons, and occupying the Frost Dragon. Overall, I think that these are in a pretty good spot. If you go ahead and check out the season shop, though, you do need 4 Yggdra Amber in order to get a high tier pet skill, which is not possible unless you capture either the dragon, which will give you 5 total, or 2 Necro Giants, which will give you 4 total. In theory, you can get 6 Yggdrasil Amber in a season if your Warband gets both the Dragon and 2 Necro Giants. I may not be able to get this pet skill this season, but if I don't, luckily these Yggdrasil Amber are not scrapped, so I can go ahead and buy it next season. We head into our policies here. Probably the first policy that everyone should max, or not probably, but most definitely the first policy everyone should max is this one here, Spread the Word. But obviously not before you go into your season talents and put a point into Renown. It gives you 10% more prestige, and you can always reset this later if you'd like. After going for Spread the Word, I'm going to focus at the start of the season on free healing. I'm just going to get it everywhere that I can. I'm always going to go for elixir production speed instead of capacity, because the elixir production speed is better for you long term. And then I believe you have to level up all these a certain amount in order to get past here, and then of course go for production speed again. And by the time we get to the end here, I'm most likely going to go for Healthcare Reprieve. Healthcare Benevolence isn't good enough. You only get a 30,000 more elixir per day, which I think it's worth having to pay, like, whatever this is, 20% more for resource healing, because it's the difference from 75% to 100%, which isn't 25%. It's more like a 30% difference, or 35. But you get 500,000 extra resource healing per day, so you don't have to invest very much as a low spender or free to play in your resource healing tech for the amount of resource healing you can do every day. You also get 10% more merits gained, which is pretty good. Healthcare Diligence is intriguing, but it's definitely a trap. You have a hospital capacity limit of 1.5 million, which is why I believe that you shouldn't take this. Your Legion March speed is increased by 3%. Your base healing cost is halved. You're able to heal 2 million more units per day, and you get 50% more stamina. This sounds really good on paper, but in my opinion, Healthcare Reprieve is definitely better for everyone that's not going to be resource healing like crazy. I feel like in order to get value from Healthcare Diligence, you'll need to max your resource healing every day, which is something that I'm just not set up for. Nor would it really make sense for me as someone without max tech to do that much resource healing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do 10 million resource healing this season or not. But anyway, for season talents, I'm most likely going to go with the March speed, I believe. And then the 3% normal attack, long range warfare, suppressive fire. And then also gonna probably go for more merits, although I don't know if I even have enough talent points to put over here, because we're in such an insanely stacked season that I don't think I'll be able to ever hit top 300. I'm pretty sure there's more than 300 tier 5s in this server, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'll be able to get everything else though, for sure. What's fun is that these two things were automatically available at the start. The upgrade 3 heroes to level 50. It's probably a bug, but hey, I'll take the free tokens. Let me go ahead and actually put a talent here into March speed. I might as well. My reason for doing this is that if you have the extra March speed, you're able to micro more on the front line, and for me that's definitely worth more than 1.5% hero skill damage. So we'll go ahead and take that. Down here, there's minus 10% resource healing cost, or there's one more warrant. I think that what I'm going to do is go for the warrant, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to crunch some numbers and see how cheap this actually makes resource healing. This is something that I would reset at the end of the season, not at the end of the season, but when the fighting really starts happening. I obviously wouldn't still have the extra warrant every day. I'd change it back over to resource healing. But at the start of the season, before the fighting gets crazy, I feel like having the the extra war pet capture every day is a good idea. We have these Augurstone quests, which, I don't think anyone really cares about these, so maybe I'll go through them quickly here in case you are interested, but I believe that other people, or most people, have access to SoB2 already. So This probably isn't as important, but just clicking through them will be pretty fast here. After this, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the other events that are in the game, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. If you didn't catch my last video, this group has 2,235 people in it, roughly, with an average power of something like 50 million. The average power for everyone, excluding alliances where people are below 30 million, on average, is an average power of 60 million. So this is going to be a pretty stacked KvK. We go ahead into the events here. We got the Trial of Light, which I still need to do. I got 8,000 points in this just so that I was able to switch to hard mode, which I think is something that makes sense because you might as well get some points. It looks like, luckily, this is just between our home realm, although I'm not sure what these two are, but yeah, I think this is just our home realm. It's interesting that I'm not on here. Anyway, so I'll do that. I mean, this is just a free 3 gold heads. You might as well do it. We have the Riches of the Forest event. This is a whale-only event, but I mean, for the memes, I'll do 1 free pull. Oh, wow, a green. Cool, 300 gems. Nice. If we head on down here, we got the Wheel of Destiny. We got the Magrat on the wheel, and also Zeta. Bertrand and Tohar as well, which I both have. As a free-to-play player, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy these tickets. And I'm just going to hoard them. These tickets are no longer scrapped, so I can just hold on to those for 5 seasons, and then I'll have 100 tickets, and then when I have 100 tickets, I can max spin the wheel, and I'm guaranteed to get both Strongest Lord Heroes as well as everything else on the wheel, which is pretty good value. There's this Time to Act event, which, I mean, some people are probably going to go pretty crazy on this. Also, again, it looks like maybe this is just Alliance specific or Kingdom specific. If so, that's pretty huge. That means that our kingdom gets all of these rewards here, which will be pretty nice. But then, of course, all the other kingdoms get it too. No one cares about killing Dark Forts. We have the Proving Grounds event here, which you get 54 hours of speed-ups from, universal speed-ups, if you do all of the tiers. You get 15 gold heads and 7 10k or 5 10k expansions, so this is pretty good. This will just be a bit of a grind. When we have our first Proving Grounds fight, I will go ahead and make some form of video on that. I think we'll be fighting here, or is there another one on the other side here? No. So yeah, our first Proving Grounds fight will be at this statue. I believe it's against B and R, indeed. So this should be fun. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I could go ahead and port over here to Alliance territory. Actually, let me go ahead and build. What am I doing? Sorry for this slideshow, by the way. There's so many people on this server. Let me go ahead and take a look at the power. Yeah, 40 million power. I'm rank 883. Let's see what rank 200 is right now. 84 million, and that's only going to go up because probably not even half the people are loaded into the server yet. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of mental. We check out Alliance power here. It's pretty high. If you saw the last video, you know that I made a sheet with all these Alliance powers in them already. I am going to go ahead and update that, though, after the first Strongest Lord event, because that's when people will probably be pushing a lot of power. So I think that's something that will be worth it. Do we have something for Alliance Towers? We do. Alright. So 7 CFs and 1 tower have been built so far for 7 alliances. Oh, there's already merits. Interesting. Anyway, this season's going to be pretty crazy. And I hope you're looking forward to it, because I know I am. So, as a free-to-play player, one thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through and recording everything that I have in my inventory right now, aside from like these random gold heads and stuff. I'm going to be putting this all in a spreadsheet, and then I'm going to compare it to what I have at the end of the season. I think that doing something like this for this season will be pretty cool. I want to see how many speed ups I get in this season, how many resources I get, that sort of thing. And hopefully that'll make some good content at the end of the season. As a free-to-play player yourself, though, if you're watching this, as I pointed out earlier, you definitely should buy these Wheel of Destiny tickets and just hold on to them. It's probably tempting to go for Magrat right now, but I would imagine that you would like 100% chance of getting the Generation 4 Archer Hero instead. And if you hoard these tickets for 5 seasons, you're 100% guaranteed to get both the Generation 3 Strongest Lord Mage and the Generation 4 Strongest Lord Archer, as well as obviously the wheel commanders for both of them. This wheel is very, very high value, which is why even though this is going to cost me 45,000 gems, it's just a drop in the bucket compared to, you know, what max spinning a normal wheel or pulling for artifacts would be. So for 2 Strongest Lord heroes, 100% is worth it. That about does it for my Belleron Season 2 matchmaking, and man, were those Conquest Achievements crazy. The next content I make on this KvK grouping will most likely be our first runic statue fight, which you can look forward to. I believe that'll be in around a week or so. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you got value from it, you know, give a like, comment something. That'd be pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and good luck in this KvK, everyone. We're all gonna need it.